Today, let's see how to dial in espresso practically. One of the things I really want to establish here is the fact that as a beginner barista, it is not really necessary to know a particular machine. Out there, we have a lot of espresso machines, grinders as well. Now, all these machines, they do one thing, just to extract coffee, just that different manufacturers present things differently. The main thing it is for you to know the technique, the steps, and the process how to make proper espresso shot. I will fill my hopper with some roasted coffee bean. First, grind at least like 1 portafilter. You have to throw. Here is to clean the chambers, the previous grinding settings, or maybe you have another coffee inside. You need to clean the grinder so you can prepare the new grind settings. Now we start the process. For the sake of this video, I'll start with 20 grams of coffee. You can start with 18, you can start with 20, it's up to you, just depends how much you start with. Grinding your coffee, it is always important to always check to confirm. Now you check to confirm to make sure that it is the exact amount of coffee that you want. If it is less, you can add. If it is more, you can reduce. For example, here is 19.2 grams. I need more. Then I check again. Now I have 20 grams coffee. The next thing, it is important always to distribute the coffee properly. As you can see here, we have some coffee. Here we have less coffee. But again, I made a complete video how to extract proper espresso shot. Here I distribute the coffee properly. And then I need to temp. This is the OCD. It is good for beginner baristas as well as professional baristas, but it is not a must for you to use the OCD. Okay, if you distribute your coffee properly like this, no need to use OCD. But I'll use OCD based on this video. Then I have to temp, because if you temp too hard, it is really difficult for the water to penetrate the coffee as well. So just make sure everything is okay. The next thing here is to purge the group head. We purge the group head to remove any leftover. For some machines, when you make coffee for a period of time without making coffee, the water around it is too hot, so you recycle the water by purging the group head. Likewise, for some other machine, when you make coffee for a period of time without making coffee, the water around here is a little bit cold, so you purge to recycle the water. Then you place your portafilter on the group head. You take your scale. Now it's important here to follow the time and the ml, because I don't have the heat exchange machine. There is no display screen here to display any information. Here I'll follow my time and my ml. So my time and my ml. So here, as you can see, here we have 43 seconds and 17 ml as a liquid in the cup. So for beginner baristas based on the coffee industry, this coffee is already over extracted coffee already. But for professional baristas, it's important to always taste the coffee. Taste the coffee before you judge the coffee. For some coffees, even this 43 seconds, you have good tasting cup of coffee, but here, let me taste. This coffee is sour, and there's a problem here, because now for beginner baristas, they are thinking the coffee should be bitter, which is absolutely fine. But again, I'll really explain something. The reason is because the more finer we go, the more the particles fit inside the basket, the heart rate for the water to extract the compounds. So because of this reason, as you can see my pot right here, you can see right here, the water does not have the opportunity to extract everything inside. So it's like part will be extracted and the other part will not be. And that is the reason why the coffee tends to be under extracted. It is not like over extracted, but it's under extracted. So what we have to do right now, I'll come to my grinder. So this is my grinder here. So for this grinder to go fine, it is anti-clockwise. To go coarse, it is clockwise. So here I'll go like instead clockwise. When I change the grind size, So anytime you change your grind size, you need to grind at least 1 portafilter, and then you have to, then you repeat the process again. Start again with 20 grams of coffee. 18 grams. 20 grams. Distribute. So here again we start our time and our structure. So let's see what we have. So here we have 20 seconds and we have 43 ml as a liquid in the cup. So this is our extraction right now. Now, based on the coffee industry, this is under extracted coffee. Again, for beginner baristas, they will give conclusion, but for professional baristas, they need to taste to confirm if it is exactly under extracted or if the coffee is balanced. So here I have to taste. Like lemon. Now, this coffee is under extracted. It is sour, unpleasant, lack of sweetness as well. So what we do again, we'll come back to the grinder. Now the grinder is so powerful, it's really important. Now we need to go more finer, because the finer we go, like I said before, the more surface area we expose, the more resistance we'll have. So here, like I said before, to go fine is anti-clockwise, to go coarse is clockwise. So I'll go a little bit fine, like that. We repeat the process again. Grams. So here we have 20 grams. They distribute like usual. So here we have only 1, 2, 3 cups. So pour. There. Put our cup right there. Our time. So for this extraction, we have 24 seconds and 42 ml as the liquid in the cup. Okay, so like we are doing 1:2 brew ratio, right? So here we have to taste. We have to taste. I love this cup. This one is more balanced, more nicer. Again, I can increase some texture when it comes to this particular cup. Now, for beginner baristas, this coffee seems to be under extracted based on the fact that the time is below 25 seconds. Now, one of the things you really need to understand is the fact that for professional baristas, they always taste the coffee because we have different processing methods. Now, all these processing methods do have different ways they will react in water in extraction. That is why some coffees around 20 seconds the coffee is perfect. Some coffees around 22 seconds is perfect. Some coffees around 40 seconds the coffee is absolutely perfect. So here, for my conclusion, this cup is okay for me. But now people watching me out there, like beginner baristas, people getting into coffee based on their training, this coffee seems to be under extracted. So we need to fix it for the beginner baristas. But for the professional baristas, we always taste to confirm. So the way we get our sweet spot as professional baristas, it is our palate. Our palate will give us the sweet spot. For beginner baristas, their sweet spot will come from their timing, which is 25 to 30 seconds. So now let's fix it for the beginner baristas. So here I'll go a little bit fine. One click, which is anti-clockwise, like that. Okay, then I'll clean my water filter. for each one filter and throw. Then I'll repeat the process again. Start with 20 grams of coffee. Let me distribute. We place it right there. We take our scale and then we take our last espresso cup. The hand is broken. Okay, we put it right there. So the time and then so this action. So here we have 26 seconds and 43 ml. Basically, it should be 25 seconds and 41 ml approximately, because I don't have my timer here, so I have to manage everything with my hand and the camera as well. That is why I have issues to stop the time. So this seems to be the perfect extraction, especially for beginner baristas. But for professional baristas, even if we have this kind of extraction which matches the coffee industry standard, how to extract coffee, yet we still need to taste the coffee. And that is why I have to taste. I taste too much coffee today. This one also is perfect. It's okay like the other one I tasted before. This one is still good. Now, most of the time, based on my experience, when you extract coffee around 25 to 30 seconds, you always hit that sweet spot. But keep in mind that we do have different roast levels, and all these roast levels do have different ways they react. In the future, we'll talk about light roast coffee, how to extract light roast coffee for espresso. So now we have our sweet spot, which is okay, it is fine. But again, you work in a very busy coffee shop where you have smoothies, dessert to serve. Again, to follow this extraction manually can be frustrating. So here we need to store the information inside the machine. So to do that, do the same process. Remove the portafilter from the group head. The same process. Do the coffee. The same process. 20 grams. So 20 grams, because normally, and then you place it here. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is the manual button. So we press this for some few seconds. We start to blend. Then we take our cup, we place it there. Okay. Again, we press for a few seconds. We need to be fast. Start to blink then. So basically, the machine actually calculates the amount of water used to brew this 20 grams coffee. Then it will store the information inside the machine. So anytime we have the same dose, the same grind size, we have the same extraction time and again. Now when it's okay to stop, then remove. So basically the machine actually calculates the amount of water used to brew this 20 grams coffee, which is our 40 ml out in our 25 to 26 seconds, depending on the time you have. Then store the information inside the machine. So anytime we have the same dose, the same grind size, you have the same extraction time and again. So this button now is calibrated. You can calibrate this and this with this, depending on how you want to use your coffee. So anytime you extract your coffee, so anytime you're busy, you can use this button to extract your coffee. So the end, you remove this one, and then you clean. Then I take my brush. Then I need to clean right now. It's time for cleaning. So as a beginner barista, this is how you dial in your espresso shot. You go fine, you go coarse until you hit your sweet spot. One of the things you need to understand in this video, this is my grinder, this is my espresso machine. I can just use just 2 cups to get my sweet spot, but because this is for educational purpose, I really want beginner baristas to really understand how to dial in the coffee. That is why I go fine, I go coarse, I go fine, I go coarse until I reach this point. Again, it doesn't matter what kind of machine you're using, what kind of blender you're using. The main thing is for you to understand the technique, how to do or how to extract proper espresso. I want your thoughts in the comments below. For now, I say thanks so much for watching and hope you have a great day.